Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. Yes, I have allergies. Sorry. Now, I'm so excited to do a check-in with my 50 before 50 because I have spent the whole month of April reading almost nothing but my 50 before 50 books for both the Magical Readathon and the Battle of the Bands Readathon. I tried to do as many 50 before 50 books as possible. So we have a lot of stuff that we get to write about or look at today. Okay, so we're just going to go through them like we usually do. I have this little symbol that I have been using if they are finished. So then I just go through, I change the transparency on them. This book came out on March 24th and I read it in the month of April. I could not wait. Okay, so now I'm caught up again on Agent Vega after I had just been caught up before. As soon as it came out, I read it. I couldn't help it. Then J.R. Ward books. I read 3 of them in the month of April. So they all get to go down, and I have 6 left. This new book of hers was just released in April, so I should be able to get caught up before the next book comes out. All caught up? Didn't read any of these. Didn't read any of this. I did read one Discworld book. So Discworld definitely needs to be kind of at the top of my list of books to read. Dresden does too. I did read Dune Messiah also for one of the readathons. So that one is gone. I really enjoyed it more than I kind of thought I would. It was more political than I was expecting, but I've not seen the movies or TV shows or whatever, but I read the books. The Gentleman Bastards. Now, I read this and then I went to look for the next book and it says it's coming out in 2024, but it's not there. I can't pre-order it. When I go to Amazon, it says that the paperback is not available or no longer available. I don't know what's going on. Although he wrote The Republic of Thieves in 2014, so it's been 10 years. And it says on all of his stuff, like when you go look at, when I went and looked at any of his websites and all that stuff, it says he finished The Thorn of Emberlane in 2019, like the first draft. And it's supposed to be coming out in 2024, but I haven't seen anything about it. Anyway, that means that for right now, I'm going to say that I'm caught up. And then when this book comes out, I will get it and read it. Speaking of caught up, I'm caught up there. I did read another one of the Karen Slaughter Grant County books. These books are, so sad. And this one was especially sad. This was a hostage situation in the police department. Not just a hostage, but where people walked in and just started shooting. It was bad. Okay, Her Royal Spyness. I read The Queen of Hearts, Kay Scarpetta, which is by Patricia Cornwell. I read another one of those. I still have a lot to go. And this one was very graphic as well. Lady Hardcastle. I read 2 of these in the month of April. So I'm getting caught up, just 4 to go. Lady Sherlock, I still have 4. I didn't read any. Lexi Blake, I still have a lot, but I read 4. Now, technically, one of them was a 24-page short story, but it's on my list and it counts. So I read it in between because I needed to read 3 of them for my readathons, so I needed the other one done. So I don't know. I'm still not even halfway, but I'm working on it. Lightbringer, I officially started it. There were 2 series that I hadn't read any books from. I loved it. So I am very excited for what's going to be happening in the rest of these, but I was worried about not liking it, but I did. I read another of the Psy Changeling books. I realized that some of these Psy Changelings, the same way with some of the Black Dagger Brotherhoods, I've already read them. This is kind of but it's been so long ago that it's refreshing me. I read the next story in The Raven's Shadow. And I put a little tiny one up here because I'm in the middle of this book right now. So this will be the next 50 before 50 that I finish, but I'm not marking it off because I didn't actually finish. I read another Spy Family book. I read another Taylor Jackson book. I love these. I love this series. I finished the Bone season. And speaking of being finished, I finished the Indian Lake trilogy. This book came out the end of March, and I read it in April. I still have one book left in The Inheritance. I did start the Rybria Chronicles, like I said. This was the second one that I hadn't read any of, and I read this one, and I loved it. And there's a little thing at the beginning of this by Michael J. Sullivan, and he talks about these characters, and like, if you've read this, should you read this? And what it is these were written after the other one, like after the Rybria, whatever the other ones were, they came first. And then these stories are all what happens each year leading up to the beginning of that book. So in the one I'm in right now, The Crown Tower, it's when they met each other for the first time, our main two characters. Anyway, I thought it was fantastic. Veronica, A Murderous Relation. This was so good. This might be my favorite as far as like the murders. It takes place during the time when Jack the Ripper is committing the murders. They even bring up the like theory that's out there that maybe it was the Prince of Wales that did it, or the next in line to be king. I think he was the Prince of Wales. And then finally we have The Wayfarers, where I have one. I did not mark it off, but I finished it. So now I'm done with this one as well. So I need to go mark the ones that are done. Let me copy this. I'm going, The Bone Season is done. The Indian Lake trilogy is done, and The Wayfarers is done. I finished 3 series this month. So the totals for April: novels, I only have 281 left, and graphic novels, I have 77. So it looks like I read 2, but I read more than that, except I added some because Earth Divers just continues. Stephen Graham Jones just continues to write the Earth Divers. They're coming out like every month and a half or 2 months. So there's a lot. Anyway, that is what the total numbers look like. I can't believe we're below 300. We've almost come down 100 since we started at 361 in October of last year. So that's not even when I started. That's when I started like tracking them over here, because I started in June for my birthday. So anyway, that is where we are at 281. I cannot believe we have finished The Drowning Empire, Earthseed, Binti, The Passage, Alex Storm, The Bone Season, the Indian Lake trilogy, and The Wayfarers. So I have finished all of those series, is completely caught up, and I just have 281 books to go. No big deal. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're reading. I want to know what your series is that you're working on completing. Even if it's just one, let me know what it is. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.